go. Put some food in.
Sorry.
I know.
Can you just say what it is that you're doing for her right now on the video?
We're force feeding her electrolytes and AD, which is a high protein, high calorie food.
She also has an interosseous catheter in, which is a needle right into the bone, so she can get fluids every hour, much easier. She's too dehydrated to give them subcutaneously for the body to absorb.
Okay, and am I correct in understanding that they could not get a vein because of her condition?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Surgery, we just put in, no,
Oh, baby.
Levine actually.
Sure.
Not Levine, Ralph. Went in at 4:30.
Swallow.
I have two people with last name Quinn. Back to back. Taffy and Tammy. Different people. Not married.
You're opening your eyes. Oh. You can see how skinny she is. The bones are sticking out.
Okay, is there a spot? Yeah, right there where the bare patch is. Okay, and so generally speaking, she hasn't been moving a whole lot today?
She hasn't been moving at all.
She crawls around to try to get comfortable. It's hard to get comfortable with that
I mean,
catheter.
imagine having a catheter in your bone.
Yeah, that would hurt.
Not very comfortable.
And especially feeling that lousy.
Yeah. She's not feeling good at all. She can't move, really.
Poor thing takes all the effort you got just to eat this, doesn't it?
Okay, so if she makes it, how many days do you think we're talking about before she can get in any kind of...
It's hard to say. It's really hard to say.
She doesn't even want to open her eyes, does she?
She doesn't even want to swallow, really.
But she is a little bit.
Barely. She's holding all of it in her mouth.
She couldn't really open her eyes if she wanted to. She's so dehydrated that the fluids have left her eyes and left them sunken and so dry. They're lubed right now.
Okay.
We put lubrication in them.
Come on, honey. Have CC more. She's just holding it.
I know.
I'm not going to give her any more. She's eating it.
So did you get anything down her at all?
Probably about, what do we have in there, 3?
2.
2? I got it.
All right, no, this is number 2.
Well, we call this one number 1.
Okay. Now this guy's in a little bit better shape.
Oh, yeah.
He has a much better chance of making it.
Yeah.
But
Where he's going down.
why don't you just describe his condition to me right now?
He's better, but he's not much better than the other one. I mean, he's still very emaciated and dehydrated.
Okay.
He's hanging in there.
How are his eyes?
His eyes are better than the other ones. At least he can keep them open.
Are you lubing those also or not?
Not at the moment. He's got pretty good water. Kristen did this morning, so
Okay.
he doesn't get it every time we treat them because they're getting treated almost pretty much hourly.
Right.
So
So now the other one basically had no body fat at all.
the other one's a lot worse than this, but this one's not. These are like 4 or 5 month old ferrets.
Okay.
They have all their adult teeth. So
So we're
This one
getting
is-
6 Dex orally.
you want to fill that again.
Now has this one been moving at all either, or just pretty much?
No, this one doesn't move either. Still very weak. I don't think they could move if they really wanted to.
Just sick. So basically, the condition they're in, I just want this on the record, the condition they're in isn't something that could be caused by somebody just forgetting to feed them one day.
No, no.
Yeah, okay. We know this, but I just want this
Yeah.
to be on the record. So this is constant neglect.
Well, definitely
Now,
neglect.
how long do you think it would take for a ferret that was healthy to get into this condition?
That choice really is better.
Yeah.
To,
Yeah,
Okay.
Dr.
These
Schweiss.
kinds of questions.
all right.
It's okay, sweetie. Hungry yet? You hungry? Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Supposed to mix that with water too?
No, he gets the 80 straight.
Poor guy. Wondering if we should put that one in the oxygen tank. She's really breathing heavy.
Seems to like that light though. Is she not shivering as much now?
Eat.
Yeah.
Alright, there's AD.
Nutrical.
Are you done with Coleman's debit? I need, yeah, I need to put a copy of it. Put a copy in the file.
Jen, can you ask Dr. Schweiss to come look at this other ferret?
Alright, here you go, buddy. I know,
You
you
don't
just
like-
don't like this.
But he's swallowing at least.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
yeah. It's effort. I mean, he doesn't do it willfully or easily, but
Right. But when you make him, he'll
I know,
comply.
but
I
I know. I know. It's icky.
Come on, swallow. There you go.
Oh, I know. Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's in much better shape than the other one.
Cindy, do you know where Dr. Schweiss is?
An appointment?
I don't know.
I think she
can't
went
see.
that way last time I saw her.
Can you see? And if she is, could you ask her to step out here for a second, please?
I know. Oh, okay. Okay. Give me a minute. I know. Oh, no.
Dang.
They say they're set to watch this other shutdown.
We'll figure it out.
Thank you. That's good stuff. That tastes good. Seems like. It's okay.
Oh, is that the Nutrical
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah. Tastes like maple syrup.
Stinks. That's Rado. Okay, oh, I know. Oh, I know.
And that stinks too.
Careful, you can get it all over you.
He's already all over me. Thank you for that. Want a break? Want a break? Put your jacket on. Nutrical mixed with AD.
Oh, nummy.
I know. It's not the easiest thing to swallow, honey. Especially when you have absolutely no energy to do it.
Okay.
So when they first get a little bit of food, does that help them right away, or does it take a while for it to
Takes a while.
absorb and do
Yeah,
anything?
they obviously haven't eaten in a long time. And they can only get small amounts, very small amounts, frequent feedings. Because
Right, otherwise they just throw it all up.
Yeah, they get
They'll
sick.
hold on
They
him.
can't hold it. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. By your friend, okay?
That's exciting. Can you look at this smaller ferret real quick? He was very, very hesitant when he got home.
We might have to really spread them out, just do one thing at a time, not try to do all the feedings and all the things at once, because they both stressed. The larger one I noticed was breathing really heavy after his last treatment too.
You don't want them in the incubator or anything?
No, I think this is more of a, it's not a, because their color's still fine even when they're breathing this way. It's not like he's not getting enough oxygen, and it's more like his body's so weak he can't handle what little stress there is and just being handled. But just watch him really closely.
So do you have a minute, Joey?
I need to get some medication.
And then after that one side, I couldn't get the other side.
Is she using the other anesthetic machine?
Somebody please help me move her.
Can we bring it out here just for oxygen for this little ferret?
Do you want to watch this?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. These are hard to
And grab me a little mask for just a...
So what are you doing to her right now?
I'm gonna take her temperature. She's just had a small seizure. She's not as responsive as she was shortly ago. Breathing pretty heavily. We want to get her on some oxygen. See, part of the reason is that she's not getting enough oxygen to her tissues. She's
Okay.
probably anemic from being so emaciated. And so being anemic, she's not going to get very good oxygen to her tissues.
So this should help some.
This will help. This is pure oxygen that we're giving her. Her nose to see. Her body temperature is very normal. Can I see your treatment chart? Hi, how are you? Ferret number 2 is this one. The smaller one. The temperature is very normal, 102.2,
Okay.
which is normal for a ferret to run a little bit high.
So what was her temperature when she came in?
It was subnormal. She was at probably 99.8. I don't have it right in front of me, but it was definitely below normal. Again, this waste of body tissue, she's not going to have any reserves left for her to be able to maintain her body temperature adequately.
Okay. So could you describe to me the condition she was in at 10 o'clock this morning when I brought her in?
10 o'clock this morning, extremely dehydrated to the point that the dehydration alone could have led to death very, very soon after. Emaciated, she is, yeah, go ahead. I'll turn her over real quickly here. The best way to see that is where we shaved to put the catheter into her bone. She has, you can see every outline of her hip joint. This is the ilial wing on her hip. You can see her little spine showing back here. She has absolutely no muscle mass left at all on her body. She's eaten every ounce of tissue that she had to spare, muscle. She didn't have any fat left to live off of, so she started eating away at her own body muscle. She really basically has no body muscle left anywhere on her. You can feel all the bones in her shoulders, her entire backbone, all the bones around her whole body.
Now, how long would it take for her, being neglected, sans food and water, to get to this state?
Ferrets have a very, very high metabolic rate, and so a normal healthy ferret, even without food for 12 and definitely by 24 hours, will get hypoglycemic very quickly. Even if their body stores are functioning, their blood sugar drops. To be this wasted, to have eaten all of her muscle tissue and everything away, she'd have had to have been either without food or for a period of several days, 3 or 4 days at least, or have had weeks and weeks of subnormal food intake to be able to have this poor of a body condition.
Okay, so would I be right in assuming that this is not something that could happen accidentally?
No, absolutely not.
All right.
Absolutely not. To get to this emaciated of a state would have taken several days. So, if a ferret was ill and not eating because of an illness, they should have recognized that days ago and had something taken care of.
Yeah.
And for two ferrets to be found together in very similar conditions, the larger one's only doing better because it's larger and had more reserves. They obviously have been neglected, not been getting food, not been getting water, or if it was an illness that started it, not getting the veterinary care they need. I'm not finding in either of them any evidence of an obvious illness, infectious disease, congenital defects, anything like that.
The most likely cause of this is just plain old neglect?
Most likely, yes.
Okay, now my second question, in the shape they're in, they were found in a hallway. They wouldn't have been able to run out of a door of an apartment and
not in this condition.
Okay.
When you brought them in this morning, this one is unable to move more than a few steps on its own without falling over or just physically getting so tired needing to lie down again.
Okay.
The other one is weak enough that certainly neither of them could have had the energy to run out of a door unnoticed. They both very slowly have to pull themselves around because of their lack of energy and lack of muscle to move.
Okay, so considering all that, the most likely scenario is that they were just dumped.
Yes.
Okay. So what were her chances this morning, and has that changed at all as far as survival?
This morning I gave her less than a 50% chance. After some initial treatments, she was perking up, getting a little stronger, moving around a little bit more. After this last set of treatments, she's doing much poorly again. I would still put her chances at less than 50% of pulling through this.
Okay, how come she could do a little bit better at one point and then poorly later on?
Just probably what we were seeing earlier was a response to the sugar solutions we were giving her, just a little bit of initial energy for her muscling and for her body to live on. But that's not enough to sustain her and pull her through this.
Okay. So what is the treatment plan from?
All we can do is continue to give her fluids, which we're doing into the bone in the back leg, and that fluids does contain a sugar solution, and we're trying to get, as she's alert enough and awake enough, she has taken a little bit of food,
Okay.
and we're giving her a 50% dextrose or sugar solution to just keep her energy level up by mouth.
Okay, and there is a reason that you can't do intravenous, and that is because...
She's so dehydrated, not to mention that an animal this tiny is very difficult to get an intravenous catheter in the first place, but she was so dehydrated there was no possible way of raising a vein on her, even with a cut down, to be able to get a catheter in her.
Okay,
Oh, hang on, sweetheart.
now this is the second one.
This is the second one.
They're both female?
They're both female. This one is really almost as badly wasted as the other one is. A little bit more muscling that you can feel on her. She's got a little bit better back muscle left and a little bit better on her legs, but you can feel her entire pelvis. You can feel that she's just very, very emaciated. She doesn't have any fat reserves left in her abdomen at all. She's also quite dehydrated. Better now since we've been hydrating her throughout the day here with some fluids under the skin. She really, I think, is doing better only by virtue of being older and larger to begin with.
Okay,
So
so
she
you
has
don't
some
think
better-
they're the same age?
No, no. They both have full adult teeth in, which puts them somewhere between a minimum of 2 to 3 months of age.
Okay.
This younger one, just by body size, is probably closer to that 2 or 3 month old, and is actually undersized for that even. She's really the size of more like a 6 or 7 week old ferret.
Oh my.
But she has all of her adult teeth in, so she's obviously older than that. This
Okay.
one is much more the size of maybe a 3 to 4 month old ferret, probably even a little small for that, but she's a little bit older. Just
Okay.
looking at her size, and she again has all of her adult teeth in. But again, very dehydrated, very weak when she came in. You can see she's still dehydrated, her
Yeah.
skin tense up.
So is she doing better just because she's bigger?
Really, because she's bigger and she has more fat stores.
Okay.
Had probably more fat stores than the littler one to begin with, and a little more muscle on her body. So her body had a little bit more to fall back on when it was being starved. So she has a little bit of muscle left, not much. She's also extremely thin,
Okay.
but not nearly as badly. It's okay. It's okay. Your foot is caught. That's why. There you go. Your foot is caught.
So now what is the prognosis for this one?
This one is still I can only give a very guarded prognosis. She's definitely not a well ferret either. And she's having a seizure right now as well.
And what causes that?
Well, seizures can come from a couple of different places. They can be from low blood sugars. We should grab her treatment chart for me. As soon as she comes out of this a little bit, we'll give her a little bit of dextrose orally. There, that's better. It can also be a sign of distemper virus, and we can't rule out the possibility that they're carrying canine distemper virus.
Okay.
If they haven't been vaccinated against that, or fully vaccinated if they've only had one round, that is a possibility.
Okay.
But more likely it's just due to low blood sugars that
Yeah.
this is
Because I
happening.
mean, if they had distemper, they probably would be dead by now, wouldn't they?
Well, not necessarily, but I would expect, usually we see other signs and symptoms as well. Distemper in ferrets usually is accompanied by severe respiratory symptoms, a lot of nasal discharge and ocular discharge, and high fevers.
Okay, and
Dawn, can you grab the 50% dextrose?
being
from the fridge?
that they were so cold, you could rule the fever out.
Not necessarily,
Okay.
no, because even though the virus would cause a high body temperature, if their bodies are just completely, there was one that was partially used, partially full somewhere. Oh, it's out on the counter. Their bodies just are so emaciated and so wiped out from everything that can then cause subnormal body temperatures.
Okay.
So we can't necessarily say for sure that we can rule that out.
And so this shot you're giving will help with the blood sugar?
This shot we'll just give orally, and they'll absorb it quickly from the digestive system to help increase the blood sugar now.
for lunch or leaving? No, I'm
We
leaving.
did just have this done at 3 o'clock as well, so it's not encouraging to see that he's already
Right there, so how did it open?
leaving this week
One
again.
door was off, but I checked it twice and there's nothing else I could do, so.
Right.
Yeah, doing that one. That little one.
Oh, I know you don't want to. Come on. It's alright. It's alright. Oh, no, don't fight it. Sugar water tastes good. You have to swallow it. Here. Come on. Open up your mouth for it. You're just letting it dribble right out. Don, do you want to come help hold him, while I try to get your mouth open and give him a bit of disease? Come on, open your mouth. Oh, you got a good bite. You got a good bite. Well, we're just going to dribble it in the side then. Come on, you need to swallow. You need to swallow to make that work.
Watching, I gotta get out of here.
There, I saw a swallow. Won't work if you don't swallow it. There's a good swallow. I'm sure it doesn't taste very good. It's all sugar. Don't gag on it. You have to swallow it. There you go. There you go. Look. Messy child. Hang on. I'm just wiping your mouth on.
Well, at least she came out of it okay. She seems like.
You just accept it. You just tell them like it is. Are you like that to everybody? I'm serious. Pretty blatant. No, but it was saying just get rid of.
But you can see when she's sitting like this how caved in her sides are from being emaciated and dehydrated. She just really has no reserves left at all here. You probably need to have you not lay across the littler one here. She's having enough hard time breathing. There you go. Just relax.
So is there any other information
I mean, she's.
that I should have on this tape?
I can't say anything about ugly animals because everyone thinks it is. Either I'm
I can think of, other than the fact that I realize if someone couldn't keep these ferrets, that it may be difficult to find them homes. Many cities they're illegal to have as pets, and so you can't outwardly advertise for them.
Right.
The Hennepin County Humane Society anyway will not accept them, but there is a Ferret Rescue League in Minneapolis that would have readily taken them and found homes for them, adopted them out. There are young enough that they could have probably even found a pet store that would have taken them in.
Now, if they both make it, what kind of problems could arise just from having gotten this far into this condition?
There's certainly a lot of concerns with severe dehydration about permanent kidney damage because of the dehydration, possibly liver damage because of all the weight that they've lost. They may be permanently more prone to becoming hypoglycemic as they get older, just because of the metabolism changes with this kind of starvation.
Okay. So basically, if they do make it and if they get into a home, it's going to have to be somebody that is, number one, knowledgeable about ferrets, and number two, willing to spend the money for some of the extra care they're probably going to need.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it shows how to do tons of surgeries. It shows how to do
So in your opinion, this whole situation was totally unnecessary. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I think even that The dumbest moron could have figured out that there was something not right here.
Ferrets can get sick very, very suddenly, particularly with hypoglycemia. They can be fine 1 hour and the next be very weak or having a seizure, but that doesn't at all explain the muscle wasting and the
Right.
lack of
Or
body
the fact
reserves
that
on
there's
them.
two that are in the same condition.
Correct.
Okay. Alright, that should be it. Okay. Alrighty.
Okay, this is the same little ferret you saw yesterday, the younger of the two. She was pretty much comatose from about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon until about, about 3 o'clock this afternoon. She finally started picking her head up a little bit. Even though she was very unresponsive, she would swallow, and so every 1 to 2 hours we were giving her water and some slurry of a high-calorie cat food, canned cat food with some water by mouth, and every few hours she was getting a little bit of a dextrose solution in her catheter intravenously, and every few hours she was getting a 50% dextrose or sugar solution orally. And about 3 o'clock this afternoon, she finally started picking her head up, and by 4 o'clock...
Okay. So at this point, what has the prognosis changed to?
Well, at this point, the prognosis is much better. She still has some concerns after we're feeding her the last 2 times after she's eaten much more and a thicker consistency of food. She's had a seizure after each feeding, which is most likely because her liver can't handle the richness of the food because it's been without for so much, and so her system's backing up with toxins and causing the seizures. So we're starting our medication to decrease the toxin load that she's absorbing, and hopefully that will help. At this age, they remarkably can bounce back. The liver damage, if that's what's going on, should not be permanent if she makes a full recovery.
Oh, that's good.
So she keeps eating and drinking like she started to just a couple hours ago. I'd say her prognosis is very good. She's
Awesome.
still certainly not out of the woods yet at all by any means, and especially if there's liver damage beyond our being able to work with. But she certainly showed just an incredible will to live, and just a load of progress in the last few hours.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. So let's talk about this little girl right here.
Okay, this little girl you saw in the video yesterday was very weak and was having some seizures, and very shortly after that, that was about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, she started at about 6 o'clock last night. She didn't like the canned food we were trying to force feed her very much. I put some dry kibble in her cage and she started eating it. And so I put more and more dry kibble. As she ate more and more, she got stronger and stronger. And has probably eaten about 1/3 of a cup of food overnight and probably another 1/4 cup of food today, which is just an incredible amount for such a little thing.
Wow.
She gained about 140 grams overnight. From the time she was checked in yesterday morning till this morning, and has just turned into much more of what we'd expect of a ferret, burrowing in her towels and hiding food in her towel.
Oh.
She tried to hide under my bathroom cabinet last night. Had to pull her out of the closet a few times. So she's acting very much like I would expect a young ferret to act, into everything. Very inquisitive, very interested in the world around her. She's really, in my opinion, completely out of the woods at this point in time.
So prognosis is great.
Yes, excellent.
Oh, look at that face. And she's the one that you think is older.
Yeah, we put her at probably between 3 and 4 months of age.
So how long do you think it'll be before I can get her back to a normal weight?
At the rate she's eating now, I would say within a week she'll be very close to her normal weight.
Oh, you little pig.
Look at that.
When I get back to sleep.
Hello.
That's a true ferret face.
Oh,
Having to look at everything and investigate everything.
well, where'd you go?
I just got my hair cut.
I guess she just loves to be
I
held.
just got my hair cut. Look what she did.
I can't see her.
She likes my hair.
There she is. Okay, I'll get a close-up on her face. Here, move the towel away from her head a little. There we go.
Kinda stinks.
Well, yeah. But that'll change once we can get a bath.
You are adorable. Say, well, I want to smell like you.
Well, let's see your gorgeous hairdo.
It's my new hairdo. I'll probably never get to look like this.
Yes, you will. Okay.
Yeah, oh, she's so cute.
Stand back a little farther because the light is like making your face totally dark.
Okay.
There you go.
And then I look tan. There is not
Look at her. Isn't she just feel her ribs.
I can feel it right here.
All the bones, everything. I mean, there's no
Oh.
fat.
You are so skinny, little girl. Look, she's getting curious.
Yep. Starting to wake up because they get kind of squirmy.
Look at her neck.
I can't see the towels in the way.
Okay, look at the neck craning. Oh, she's got her chin resting on my finger.
She is just a sweetheart. Look at that little one.
Now, how old is this one?
3 months.
Oh, do you want me to videotape you? Okay. Now she's starting to get kind of squirmy. She's trying to bury her.
Okay. So I'm going to zoom in on her.
So this is the little one that's left.
Oh.
Her sister died this morning at about 4 o'clock, which was sad because we were really hopeful that she'd make it and she didn't. But what they think happened was that she sustained so much liver damage that she just, she rallied for a little bit, but then she just went on a downhill slide and she started seizing quite a bit and she just faded away. But this one is going to come home with me tomorrow. And we're going to have fun and my cats are going to be so mad. But she is just a doll, aren't you? I still don't have a name for her. But she has more than doubled her weight in the last 2 days. What are you doing?
It was fogging up on the thing. I don't know. So I had to let it clear there.
Quit breathing so heavy.
There she is.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to name her, but look at how good she is. She is just, oh, so this will be interesting, I suppose, if I'm going to be a Miss Know-It-All. I guess this will be another thing I should know all about. But look at this. Is she sweet or what?
She looks sweet.
Poor darling. Nothing should have to go through what she did. Nothing. Oh, but wait, we're going to do the deluxe treatment for you. You're going to have all kinds of toys and stuff to play with. And I told you my neighbor's going to lend me the money for the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Wild bitches.
This is really cool how you can zoom in and out. You're going to watch this and it's going to be going
Am I
in
going to
and out.
I got to sit up on my posture sucks.
Oh, where'd she go? There she is. Oh, she's so
Look at
cute.
this girl. And she's so good. But that may change as she starts feeling better.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's, some ferrets nip and stuff, but I don't think she's going to be one of them.
She looks like she's pretty comfy.
Well, even the vet techs all said she loved to be held. She's a sweet baby. What's she doing? What's she doing? So I have no idea what I'm going to name her yet. I suppose you didn't find that baby name book.
I looked in the box. It's got to be another one. I'll go look for some more,
Because then I'm going to just make you read me the names over the phone, you know this, right? So expect to spend an hour or two.
Well, maybe I'll spend the hour driving over to your house to drop it off.
Okay. You just want to see the ferret. It has nothing to do with me.
Oh, what does she look like? Let me think.
I don't know.
She looks like a...
I like the name Olivia, but it's a little bit too long. I mean, syllable-wise, I want something that's shorter and easier to say.
Okay, I'm getting hot.
You're getting hot?
Yeah. My eyes are...
You don't have to lean your eye right into the thing. Every time you move that down, it's filming, and that's probably pointing up.
Well, I'm not the best recorder because this is my first time.
That's right. Hi, baby. Look at this.
She looks like Margaret.
That was my great aunt's name.
Is it? Maggie.
Did you ever read a book to your, well, no, he's not old enough to understand that yet, but there's a book you should probably get.
Is that girl or boy?
Austin. This is girl.
Okay.
There's a book you should get, Austin, called Goodnight Moon, and it's written by Margaret Wise Brown, and that's my great aunt.
How much do you want me to record?
You can shut it off anytime you want.
Should I shut it off?
If you want to. Just press that orange.
Okay.